Hi everyone, welcome to Bell's House of Polymer. So thank you for joining me today. So I'm having a live session today, and I'll be doing the love knots that you see on the left. But before I begin, okay, I think we will watch a quick video, and I'll be right back. Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I'll be showing you how to make love knots, okay? Because Mother's Day is coming up and it's next weekend. And for anyone who's out there, if you're not sure what to get for your mom, this is something fairly simple you can make. If you've done polymer clay before, okay, then you have the experience, this is something that it will be fairly easy to do, and you can get the materials very easily, okay, from Art Friend or from any art supply store. All right, so I will do a quick introduction of what you will need, okay. You can choose 3 colors. All right, today I chose pastel colors because my mom likes pastel colors, all right. So I chose the purple, pink, and then pearl white. I would recommend that you either choose a color that is either white or black. Okay, this color can go with anything. So if I know a lot of people out there will say, oh, I can't match colors very well. So black will more or less match the very bright colors, and then if you're going for pastel colors, then white will be a good color to have. And then you can choose another 2 more colors. Okay, it can be bright or pastel colored. So today I chose the pastel colored ones. Okay, so stick to 3 colors if it's the first time you're doing it. If you're experienced and you have done polymer clay many times before, then go ahead and choose more colors. But for beginners, I would recommend 3 colors because it will get too complicated and the colors will mismatch sometimes if you choose too many. All right. So, if you have any questions, please go ahead and type on the live chat. Okay, you can feel free to ask me questions, and I will answer your questions along the way. Okay, so besides clay, you will also need something to roll with. So if you don't have this, you can always get a bottle without any patterns on it. Preferably a glass bottle would be better to have some weight. Okay, a cutter. You can use a pen knife, but be careful because pen knives can be very sharp as well. And then you will need a board for rolling. So it can be glass or it can be a plastic board, anything like this, as long as it's hard. All right. Okay. So these are the things we need. I am going to start. We always want to start with the lighter color first, okay? Because we don't want the other. If we start with the dark one, if it mixes onto the white one, it will be very obvious. So you want to start with the lighter color first, and then we're going to cut a bit of it. So for white, I will be using it to match all the for the other 2 colors. So I want to cut a little bit more of it. It will be about, the ball will be the size about 50-cent coin. Okay, so you have about this much white or pearl color, and then the pink will be half that size. Okay, you want to make sure to always wipe your tools out as well so that it doesn't, the colors don't mix and dust doesn't get into the clay. Okay, so half. So that's pink, and then half of the purple as well. Okay, so we want half the size of white. For the purple and the pink, we want half the size of it. Okay, so we're going to start. For necklaces, if you can see the one I have on display, okay, there's 3 beads there. So usually when you do necklaces, always do it in odd numbers. 7 will be too many, so I recommend 5. The maximum you go will be 5. And then usually if you're starting, 3 would be a good number to start with. So odd is always better to go with odd numbers. Okay. So I'm going to start with the white. I'm going to cut it in half. And I'm going to choose which color I want to use for the middle bead. So if I want to use the purple, let's say I want to use the purple for the middle bead. So my white and the purple will be about the same size. Okay. And then I'm going to, for the 2 beads at the side, it will be a smaller bead. So I'm going to use white and pink for the 2 at the side. So I'm actually going to cut the white and the pink in half. Okay. And then we're just going to roughly roll them into a ball. And then we're going to set them aside because we don't want them mixing. Okay, anyone who's just joining us, I'm making love knots today for your Mother's Day gift. Or it can be for anything. You can even make it for yourself to wear. Alright, it's something very simple and very quick to do. My session is going to be only about half an hour, maybe slightly less. Okay, so right now I'm going to show you how to start rolling the how to start making the bead. Okay, I'm going to start with white first because you don't want the colors mixing. Now for those, if you have any questions, please feel free to type in the live chat. Okay, and I will answer them along the way. Okay, also remember to like and share the video. All right, we have a lot of other videos on our community, our group as well. So if you're interested in other videos, you can also take a look. So please like and follow our page. Okay, so right now I'm taking this acrylic board and I am using it to roll. I'm not pressing it very hard, okay? I'm lightly pressing it and then I'm using it to roll it into a straight, like rod, a string. Okay, so we want it maybe about 10 cm long, not too long. Okay, this one's going to be the middle bead, so it's going to have to be a little bit thicker because we want it bigger. So for the ball shape now, I'm actually roughly rolling it into a straight corner. And then I am rolling it, I'm using the board to kind of lengthen it and make it even throughout. So we want it about 10 cm long. Okay, so for those that are just joining us, I'm making jewelry for Mother's Day gift, okay? But you can always make this for yourself to wear. A lot of times I make this love knot because they're easy and they're very pretty to look at. Okay, so I'm going to roll out all my beads first. So we're going to do it step by step. So we do the white one first because we don't want the colors to mix. So now we're going to do the beads at the side. So the beads at the side, the strings are going to be a bit thinner than the one that we have done earlier, because that one will be the middle one. Okay, so this one will be also 10 cm. The ball that I'm rolling out now is actually half the size of the one that was for the middle one, right? So you have a rough ball here, you want to roll it roughly into a column first. And then after that, use your acrylic sheet or your glass tile to even out the circumference. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. If you're watching this after the live is over, don't worry, you can always PM me and I'll answer your questions as well. Now, recently COVID also has opened up, so the restrictions are there are lesser restrictions now. So it would if you want to have a first-hand session, you can feel free to PM me as well, and I can definitely set something up with you. So because sometimes for some you might find like the first-hand session to be better, because if you have questions on the spot, it's easier to do things, easier to ask, and I will also provide the material. So if you're not sure what to buy and things like that, it might be better, okay, if you have someone you can ask, and then I can even go out, together with you to buy the materials as well. Okay, so we want to roll it again, roughly into a column, and then after that use your board to even out. Remember, you want it to be about 10 to 12 cm long. Okay, this is the last one. Make sure you don't press it down too hard, because if you press it down too hard, it will flatten. So you just put it on top lightly and then roll it back and forth. Okay, and then we are done. So we're going to take a wet wipe, and then we're just going to wipe the area to just make sure the colors don't mix together. Okay. Okay, I am going to start with the middle one first. Okay, so the middle one, if you can see, is actually a lot thicker than the ones that I have for the side. If you can see here, it's a lot thicker. Okay, and then I have placed the two together this way. You want to cut, so use your cutter or your penknife. You want to cut the ends, because the ends are not even, and then you want to make it even. Okay, and then we're going to do our knot now. All right, so you're going to take your knot, you're going to do it in a U shape facing you, and then one side will be shorter than the other. I always do the left side shorter than the right, and the left is going to go on top of my right. Okay, and then I am going to tuck it under this way, like that. Okay, I'm going to tuck it in, and then for the other end, I'm going to go around this way and then tuck it through the top this way. All right, so if you have some blemishes, because I have my nails are a little bit long, okay, I have some nail marks on it, you can just take the pad of your thumb, right, and kind of just rub over it. So you have some fingerprints as well, you can just slightly rub over it and the marks will go away. Okay, and then here's the knot. Okay, so my knot, this knot's a little bit tight. There's no hole through it. Later I'll show you how to poke the hole through it, all right? So this one's the middle one. We are going to do the sides. Okay, so we place the pink and the white side by side. I'm going to cut away the ends. Remember the U shape again. Okay, and then the left side is shorter, so you put the left over the right, go under and tuck it in, so it looks like that. Okay, it looks like this, and then this the right side, right? You're gonna take it and tuck it through the top. So this is a little long. I'm going to cut a tiny bit off. and then tuck it through the hole this way. And then I have my second love knot, which is smaller than the first one. This way, okay? So now we're gonna have the last one. Put them together again, okay? Cut off the ends. Make a U shape facing you. The short end will be the left. Go over the right. Tuck it under. Okay? And then the right. Go round over the top. And then tuck it through the hole on top. Okay, now, so if you're just joining, okay, and you're wondering what I'm doing a gift for Mother's Day. It's called a love knot, and you can create necklaces or earrings with it. So right now I'm creating a necklace. If you want to create a earring, that's possible, but you just have to make it smaller, okay? So if you're just joining and you're not sure of the steps, okay, you can always look through the video again, your own time, and then follow through on how I make the love knots. So I'm actually done with my love knots. What I'm going to do next, I am going to take a satay stick. It would be better if you have a satay stick. Toothpicks tend to be too thin. All right. So a satay stick, you're going to poke it through the middle of the knot. All right, to create the hole for the bead, then you can thread through your string for the necklace after that. So you're going to poke it through the middle this way, so you have a hole, and then go from the other way and poke it through as well. Now there's always one side, because this is handmade, there's always one side that's going to be prettier than the other. So I am going to teach you how to hide it later, the uglier side, all right? I'm going to teach you how to hide that side. So you want to poke it in the middle again. You can go around the other way to just make sure that the hole is poked all the way through. And I'm going to do it for the big one too. Okay, so poke it through the middle. Make sure you use a satay stick and not toothpick. Toothpick tends to be a little too thin. All right? Okay. So now I have my beads. Okay. So it is actually done very quick, very fast. The next step now is actually to put it into an oven if you have one. If not, you can use a toaster. And you are going to bake it for about 20 to 25 minutes. So usually I line my tray with baking paper because it helps to prevent the beads from burning, all right? The temperature should be between 100 to 120, so you shouldn't do anything too high. Any higher and the clay will burn. So you're just going to place it. I'm just going to place it on. I'm not going to do the actual baking now, but I will let you know the settings for your oven, okay? Between 100 and 120 degrees. If you're using a toaster oven, I've tried, it's somewhere between low to medium. So nothing too high. And then for a toaster oven, which is smaller, it tends to heat up a lot quicker. So you want to shorten the time. So on the package, the recommended time is about 20 to 25 minutes, depending on the brand of clay you buy. But in a toaster oven, I've tried, all right, it can take anywhere between 8 to 15 minutes, depending on how big your toaster oven is. Okay, so always set it on the low setting to be safe. If you have a regular conventional oven at home, then that one would be about 110 and then 20 minutes. And then you can just bake it, all right? So once you're done baking it, the clay is non-toxic. So if you're wondering whether you can bake it like in the oven where you use for food, it's fine as well, okay? You just want to make sure the tray you use, you don't use it for your food. Okay, So I already have some that has been already baked. So as you can see, I've made it different colors. So earlier on, I made one that is pastel color. But this time I used darker colors. And earlier on I said, if you use white for all, it's easy to match the colors. All right. And I'm going to show you how I tie the necklace, the string on the necklace to create something very simple. So if you have any string um, in the house, okay, or you can go out and go to any craft store and buy string like this. It's very simple. Okay, and the length, if you put it around your neck and just go to however long you want it to be, okay, and then after that you're going to cut it at that length, okay, and then we're going to thread it. So earlier on I said you always keep it to odd numbers. So I actually made I had some leftover clay, so I made 2 extra little balls separators to put in between my knots. All right, if not you can do a simple one which I have on display, which is just the knots itself. Okay, so now earlier on in the video I also said there's parts of your bead where it will look a bit uglier than the other part. Okay, so how to hide it? If you look, so let's say I prefer this side. This side will be facing out. Okay, because this is the side that will be seen. This is the side that will be hidden by the other bead. So when I thread it this way, this bead will hide the uglier side and this side will be the side that's seen. Okay? So my big one is going to go right in the middle. I'm going to put my separator, the small bead again, and the smaller love knot goes to the side. Okay, so if I'm happy with how it looks, okay, I'm going to show you how I tie it. So this one is very easy. I always do this for all the necklaces I make because it's very easy and I can always take it apart again if I want to. You're going to put the strings this way together. So they sit like that. Pull one end with your index finger sticking out, okay? Make sure you have a long tail here. And then you're going to wrap it around your index finger with this string in the middle of it. So you're going to wrap it round twice. So you need the long tail. Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, then you remove your index finger. All right. Okay, so, okay, let me do this again. It got a little bit messed up. Okay, so wrap 1, 2. Okay, so the tail here, you're going to go back to this end and tuck it in. And then you're just going to pull. And you'll create a knot. All right. This knot is actually used a lot in Chinese jewelry. I think it's a type of Chinese knot that they do. And then it's adjustable after you're done. So it's this side is the same thing. Long tail at the end. Your index finger with this string here. And then you wrap it twice. 1, 2. Okay. After that, this tail will go to this end. And then you pull out this way. And then you have a Chinese knot that's this way. So then it becomes adjustable. So if it's too long at the ends, don't worry. Okay. Maybe you need about like a 1.5 cm, 2 cm. Then you cut. Things flying everywhere. This size the same as well. 1 to 2 cm, then you cut the excess. Okay, then you have a necklace that's already made. All right, so you just make sure it's large enough. You can go through your head and then you can adjust it. All right, so the necklace is done. Very easy, very fast. All right. Now, if you're wondering what kind of materials you need, you have any questions, please feel free to PM me. Okay. And I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. If you want to know about like the process and making it, okay, you can let me know as well. I have a Facebook page about polymer clay making. So you can go and take a look over there for more information. We also are, I'm also part of Artsphere. So you please like and follow the page. There's lots of other very interesting videos to watch. And we have like a whole day of live sessions today. So very interesting things coming up. And I hope to see you all soon again. It's been a while since I did this, but I'm glad I'm doing it again, okay? So I'll see you guys soon again. Thank you so much for joining me today.